152.5 obliterates the track record by 0.7 of a second.
The last race on the card tonight is race 11 at 11:07 p.m. Congratulations if you've made it through. You're an excellent listener to the last race. Again, Speedmap Wisebon, Fong Nien and Travelling in Style are two quickest off the front row you'd expect.
You would imagine this should be one of the easier races to map on the night. Now, the question mark you've got to ask yourself is, will Greg Sugars want to keep the front once he finds it with Fong Nien? 6 occasions he's found the front in races, or she has found the front in races. 3 of the times she's retained the lead. On 3 occasions she's been willing to hand up the lead. I think in a race of this nature, knowing that pressure will be brought to bear through the middle stages and the way she races best, that Fong Nien will find the pegs and then hand up to Travelling in Style, who is a more established, noted front runner, a horse who wants to really get to the top end of proceedings. From there, Augustus Jack looks completely set in stone as the horse who'll be first to make the mid-race move. I think he's raced in the breeze at all 3 starts so far, this preparation back off a long break. So he's going to be applying the pressure, and I'd imagine he's going to be trying to apply significant pressure. And Artistic Saint is almost certain to then have to be the one leading a 3-wide assault and doing so a fair way out from home to try and get into the race.
It's an interesting one because Artistic Saint actually follows out Travelling in Style and Augustus Jack is behind Rigel. Now, it doesn't always work out that way, but you'd have to think there's some chance that Artistic Saint will want to have a little crack early at getting to the breeze quickly.
It's kind of true in a way, and even under those circumstances, I've got a funny feeling he'd still hand the breeze up to Augustus Jack after that. And I just think that Augustus Jack is the one who is willing to make a mid-race move. Artistic Saint is a tough horse, has got serious stamina, but I've got a funny feeling he's probably better suited at this stage of his career to long sustained runs from the back of the field. And I think the other thing against Artistic Saint is I don't know if he's the most tractable customer in the world, that he's just going to follow through hard on the back of Travelling in Style and get that perfect card into proceedings. If he does, look, I'd nearly say he's the horse to beat Artistic Saint if he was able to follow through and get into the perfect spot. But the way I see the race panning out, he's going to be making the 3-wide assault. Travelling in Style is going to be in front. Fong Nien's going to be in that beautiful trailing position, and Augustus Jack is going to be forcing the pressure.
All right, so as I mentioned, if you've made it through this far, I think punters deserve something a little special here, Bon. What is the best speed map betting race of the card? We've obviously spoken a little bit about the With Gusto race, question marks on where he's at, so maybe it is it, maybe it's not, but have you got one speed map that we can really confidently dive into and maybe play trifectas or first fours based on the way that you think that the race will pan out, or even if it's a Skippy Rascal place or a win bet based on a speed map tonight at Melbourne?
I reckon from a speed map perspective, the one I found from speed maps was Pental Sunrise. I'm very confident it's going to be behind the leader, and so long as there's not enormous pressure through the middle stages, I think she's almost immoral to get past our Sir Oliver, and I don't know that there's going to be enough pressure produced through the middle stages to stop her from winning the race via the sprint lane. So she's a great each-way wager at what should be a pretty decent price. In terms of the best betting races, I do think just with Gusto to defeat Skippy Rascal's probably a fair way to play it. I'm also relatively confident in that final race in the program that you can play. The 4 major horses here, 5, 2, 12 and 10, will run the trifecta between them, and I reckon you can play heavily through Travelling in Style and Fong Nien to be 2 of those horses to occupy the 3 positions, first and second or first and third potentially between them, and risk maybe an Artistic Saint or an Augustus Jack because they're drawn so poorly off the second row. So they're the ones that we can really say we're very confident about the speed maps. A horse like Daiquiri to lead, Tornado Valley becomes immoral because of speed maps. In fact, all of these races are going to be massively influenced by what happens early, so hopefully we've gone pretty close to the mark in trying to assess many of these races, though it's all care and no responsibility with races like the free-for-all. I mean, it's just madness. And even in the Victoria Cup, there's so many potential scenarios, though I will double down on the fact that I think MacDoro will cross a lot early and then hand up to someone from there.